The Outlast Trials. We covered this game earlier this week. Since it's one of the most anticipated multiplayer co-op games, we just like to feature it one more time. Form a group with other players and explore the underground facility, unravel the mysteries, and hide from your enemies. The game features realistic graphics and sound effects, offering an immersive horror experience. Choose your skills, co-op attacks and defenses. Avoid waves of enemies and traps.
Self-betrayal. A subjugation of perception.
Guard.
Chemical encouragement. Doctrine over person.
Banish, a co-op horror survival game for 1 to 4 players. As a priest, you are sent by the local church to a failed exorcism attempt in the Luxford mansion. The church mission is about Mrs. Margaret Luxford, who disappeared from social life after the unexplained suicide from her husband. Eresys, a Lovecraftian co-op horror game. The game supports traditional Chinese language and co-op up to 4 players, set in a dark environment, offering an immersive horror experience. The game features smart AI. Monsters will create new ways to devour you based on your choices and actions, making the gameplay more challenging. The game features immersive environment with delicate presentation of monsters and characters. Eresys promises to deliver a thrilling and spine-chilling gaming experience. Inout, a cooperative horror game for 1 to 4 players. A possessed maniac and an ancient evil have settled in an old mansion in Netherlands. Become a member of a team of exorcists. Your team's task is to perform the exorcism ritual. Free the possessed from the ancient evil. Find all the ritual items. The notes will help you figure out what's what. The most difficult obstacle will be the possessed individual himself. He's always hunting. You must also beware of his traps. Level 0, an asymmetric survival horror PvP. A team of 4 scientists must repair the electrical control systems to escape, while an opposing team of the creatures hunts them from the shadows, using various telepathic abilities, ambush tactics, and electricity manipulation skills. As a scientist, your main weapon against the creatures is light. Use numerous items and physically simulated sources of light to repel the creatures and buy your team much needed time. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a third-person asymmetrical horror experience based on the iconic 1974 horror film. Take on the role of one of the notorious Slaughter family or their victims. Slaughter family players must seek out, track down, and stop their guests from escaping. As a victim, you must use your wits and stealth to stay out of the family's reach and find the tools you need to lead to your eventual freedom.
This is your own fault.
Killer Klowns from Outer Space, a game based on the 80s cult classic movie. Take on a role of the iconic Killer Klowns, plan your own alien invasion, and harvest humans, or gather a team of survivors to fight the extraterrestrial threat. Crescent Cove is a sprawling arena for unique 3v7 fights between clowns and humans, boasting various locations, randomly generated map layout, and a multitude of tactical opportunities for both teams. Deceit 2, the sequel to the asymmetrical horror survival game Deceit. Infected players can activate blood altars located across the map. This transports all players to the in-between, where the infected have terrifying powers and wreak havoc, but they can be eliminated if exposed outside of the in-between.
I've been watching you. Will you dare to play?
Surrounded, an up to 6-player co-op, open-world horror survival game, you will encounter a lot of different variations of paranormal activities, strange sightings, and creatures capable of ending your life. Grab your gear and be ready to experience the strange mystery of the surrounded world. A remote laboratory researching black matter and dark energy caused the surrounding forest and village to become affected. The government sent agents to survey the destruction and to check for survivors. They were never seen or heard from again. Carnival Hunt, a 1v for horror, first-person asymmetric social multiplayer game. Set in a dark circus, one player takes on the role of the carnival monster, and the other players play as the bunnies. Players must wind each other up. Bunny's goal is not to get caught by the monster and exhaust all of the wind-up keys, but other players can share the wind-up keys with you, or you can loot the limited number of wind-up keys lying around the map.